Good evening, good evening. We are. There we go. Welcome in, Ipsire. Hey, Crit, how you doing? That was a great live stream, by the way. I was just disappointed that I couldn't actually physically talk to you guys. There's so much to say. So much to say on the topic. Don't even think I can enable, like, the co-hosts on... Oh no, there we go. History. There you go. Multi-guest should be up. Do waffle a bit on there. I mean, I was part of a podcast, and the podcast itself was meant to be like an hour and a half, like not even an hour and a half, like half an hour to 45-minute discussion, and we ended up talking for like 2 hours. So we had to cut it into two because the conversations were just so in depth. I need to get this up. Where is... That's the thing when you're talking about your passion, it goes way off. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it does. Oh, thanks for the roses, buddy. I appreciate it. That one. There's that up on that one as well. There we go. But yeah, just very quickly, when it comes down to problem players, I tend to be quite intolerant. Me personally, I have the conversation with them and give them the chance, and I tell them, look, this is your first warning. At that point in time, I go, right, this is your first warning. Don't let it happen again. If they're a brand new player, obviously I'm a little bit more lenient, but if they're telling me they've got like 30 plus years of D&D experience and they're still behaving like that, it makes me question why their games don't last very long. I'm just like, yeah, no, just bye bye. Give them the warning, and 9 times out of 10 they walk themselves out the door, telling me how I'm the problem with all this and all that. Right, what do we do here? What do we do? Do we build on the lore of the world? Yeah, of course, mate. Send in the request. Welcome in, Uzumaki. Multi-guest should be on. Oh, there we go. Yes, yeah. There we go.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. So I thought you chatting away, and it was too slow to sort of type.
Yeah, I know. That's
Um,
that's what I was having with it. I was just like,
yeah. No, I know. It's the thing with the table. It was more when I speak to Wolf. He's a very he's a great DM, and he's a friend of mine, and we discuss things. We try and keep it a bit more general. But what I was actually more annoyed, and this has happened a few times, the problem players, and they're not your sort of stereotypical problem players. They have guys in their voices with ADHD and all that sort of thing, which is what it is. It's fine, but it's never like truly disruptive. But
yeah,
it's just annoying that in the instance I was given, that my one of my players, he's like I said on the live, he's so patient. And when the sort of he even asked me when he was about to sort of say about the sword that he knows about, he literally turned to me and said, like, can I tell him about the sword? And I was like, yeah, this is kind of what we go ahead, this is what I've set you up here, go for it. And so he started to say that, and he was speaking, and everyone was sort of looking at him, and then they just drifted off, and again I'll clip it on the people are texting me. Sorry.
That's right.
I'll clip it on that Discord. I'll send you that link.
Yeah.
I'll put it in there, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Which is why one of the reasons we like to live streams, or we get to record it, and then we can, obviously watch it back. And when I watched it back, you sort of think, oh, was I being a bit silly? Like maybe I misremembered, or maybe I was unjustly, angry or whatever. I watched it back, and it was like, no, I was right, and I wanted to know what Wolf and everyone really how to sort of address that, because I don't want to sit there and be that guy. I know you said you don't sort of tolerate the problem players or main character syndrome.
So I'm a very tolerant person for a lot of things, and when somebody makes a mistake, it's a mistake, and you can always tell it is by mistake. They haven't meant to have done it, as by the way you approach them. So I'll say to them, either after the session, or if it's really serious, I'll pause the live stream and pull them across into a private channel and go, right, this really isn't okay.
Yeah.
So after the session, I say something to them along the lines of, so I'll give you an example. I had one player when I very first started doing professional GMing. I had one player who was very adamant about the way that he wanted to play things.
Right.
Not a problem. Like, if you want to play a particular way, you play that way. And I've got no problem mixing tables, so I have no problem with having the power gamer at the table with the role player. And I can... I'm very good at being able to merge the two together, so I can make the person who wants all the combat and encounters, I'm very good at diverting them into the roleplay, and the person that wants all the roleplay, I'm very good at getting them to shine in a particular combat in a particular way, to try and give them a taste of, it doesn't have to be intimidating.
Yeah.
Some people...
The other side, as it were.
Some people just like the roleplay and aren't keen on the combat. Well, then you've got to find a way to make that combat interesting. Anyway, I'm going off the rails again. So,
We do that.
So, player A turns around to me and goes, I'm unhappy with the way that X, Y, and Z are behaving. Right, okay. Why? And they went, oh, because he went off and done his own thing. Yeah, he went ahead to scout for the party to check what the area was occurring.
Which makes sense. Yep.
And he goes, yeah, but I wanted to do X, Y, and Z. I said, then do it. I'm not stopping you.
Yeah.
And things like this kept cropping up. And I said to him, look, you need to call it off. You are causing tension and problems at the table. I've had a few complaints now at this point. This was like a couple of weeks later. I said, I've had a few complaints now about the way you're behaving, about the way you're talking to other players. I understand that you may not intentionally be doing this. I definitely think you have some form of like neurodivergence from the way you're speaking, even if you're not aware of it. I am, because I lived the life. You know, my son's it, I'm it, and I can see it in people.
Yeah.
And I said to him, look, I am going to put a strike in here because this is like the second time I've had to have a conversation with you. Don't make me do it again. Anyway, he came back for the next 2 sessions and then left. And when he left, I said, you know, everything okay? Any feedback you want to give me? My DMs are open. And he came out with this whole spiel about how I was the problem and I was the one that was causing the issues at the table and I was the one that was making him feel uncomfortable.
Deflecting, they call that, don't they?
Yeah. So, it is just one of those things. And 9 times out of 10, problem players walk themselves out after you have that serious conversation and after you give them that warning. But for the ones that don't, I have the conversation once. I don't repeat myself. Because it's one of the things that I cannot stand is having to repeat myself to people, especially when it's surrounding an issue that's been reoccurring. And I will just say to them, you know, for better or for worse, I'm sorry, but you're not the right player for my table. I'm going to have to ask you to step away.
Yeah. See that leads me on to a different question with what you just talked about there. Now, you said you obviously you do this you DM professionally. That's fantastic. So I'm assuming you have sort of multiple tables or multiple sessions.
So the most games I've run in a week is 11.
Wow, bloody hell!
I know someone that does 24.
Jesus, wet man, literally full time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But are all or most of these sessions via Discord or Teams or something like that, or are they in person?
They're Discord.
Right. Yeah. See, I exclusively play in person.
Okay.
I'm a physical DM. I maps minis.
Yeah.
I do that, and the group that I play for, I run for, I should say, play with, whatever you want to put it. We're all mates. We're all friends. And we've all been around each other's houses and been to each other's weddings and you know all that jazz, right? We've all
to that situation, because I've been in this situation. I've actually been in this situation online. I was really good friends with somebody, and they started being an issue for me, and I had to have the conversation. It's harder because you know them in person. It's harder because it is personal to you. But that conversation still needs to be had. And if it's been had multiple times, you need to say to them, look, for the sake of our friendship, I'm going to ask you to step away from the table.
Yeah. It's that tough love thing, isn't it? You know, and it's
well, you just point out to them that, look, either we fall out because of this game, and I get really, really upset with you, you get really, really upset with me, and things go off the rails, or you walk away from the game.
Yeah, ultimatum. Yeah, I might have to, and I've been made like acutely aware of it. Again, with the example I gave on the previous live just in. Like, so you know why, and that sort of really, you know, you sort of suspect it. It's like, and then I think, oh no, I'm being silly, I'm being too harsh, or I'm being a dick, perhaps, whatever. But then that really reminded, and it was like I said, it was heartbreaking. Like I said, the Wolf. It was heartbreaking to watch this. My friend come out, and a friend of the other. We're all friends there. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we're all friends there. You know, and it was just it was a lack of respect, I think. And that annoyed me. That actually physically annoyed me, which is, you know, and I've got to do sort of something about it. And you know, I spoke to the player afterwards who was doing the role play that sort of got ignored, and he was like, no, Joe, it's fine, mate. Don't worry about it. Like, you know, I got my point across, and well, you know what's going on. Like, yeah, well, I know what's going on. I've written the bloody campaign. You know, I know. But like, you know, yeah, I do know. I'm like a year ahead of you guys, really. It's like, yeah. So, I just kind of want everyone. I kind of want everyone to listen to everyone, and I've actually had, thinking about it, I've had a conversation before where this particular player was doing stuff and he was being talked over, but he sits next to me. He always sits on my left-hand side because that's where he likes to sit, and so he can talk to me, you know, without shouting across or anything like that. And one day he had to leave early because he works in the airports on shift, so he had to leave early to, you know, he was up at 2 o'clock in the morning, something stupid. And when he left, I did sit everyone down and say, boys, you've got to listen to, I won't use his name, you've got to listen to this person, because there was lots of stuff he was asking me and talking, and you just all spoke over him. And I said, you've got to listen to each other. It's not just him, but you really, and especially with him as well, if I had to put a bet on anyone being talked over at my table, and at any given time, that's when my money would go to that person. Every time, I bet they're going to get talked over, and I sometimes put my hand up, and they'd be speaking, and I'd sort of wave my hand like you do to a child or a dog, like, you know, like, hey, what are you doing, sort of. I do that sometimes, but it's just getting to a point now where he's the youngest one in the group, but he's still 24 years old, so he's obviously not a child, like, you know what I mean? And then it's, you know, so they need to behave like adults, and they're just not, and I don't know how to address it without banging heads together.
Unfortunately, nerds are just children in adult bodies 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, with adult money. Yeah, massively.
But again, like, even in person, when I've run games in person, it's obviously a very different vibe when you run in person. But I mean, so online I run tables of 6. And in person, my maximum goes up to 7. I will never move from that number because it just gets too many.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6 is your number, isn't it? 4, 5 or 6, that's your numbers.
And you know, if they get to that point where they are just talking over each other, excuse me, I will go, guys, please, shush, listen to what's going on, and carry on.
Yeah, I'm going to have to just treat them a bit more like children, but like I have children, not being funny, like, do you know what I mean? I don't want to keep doing it like 24/7, but...
Yeah, no, so do I. That's why we're such good dungeon masters.
Perhaps that is, yeah. Ironically, I wasn't DMing before I become a parent, so maybe there is some correlation there. Yeah, perhaps there is. Anyway, right, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to have to beg because I've got to be up early for work tomorrow, but it's a pleasure talking to you.
And you, my friend.
That's all right. I just wanted to speak to you because you were patiently, you know, and I just will give you that respect that you wanted to chat, so I wanted to, you know, speak to you in person. But
that's right.
Your maps and your world, and I shall speak to you soon.
My night is going to involve writing descriptions for all of this.
Oh, I'm going to sleep. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, so later on,
take care.
Cheers.
Oh, that was fun. Welcome in. Welcome in, Thrum. Right. Oh. Ba-da-da-da-dum. Let's get some music on. Let's get some music going. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Sup, favourite moddy? How you doing, my darling? Are you okay? Oh, thank you for the likes, darling. Don't ask me why I'm talking like this. Oh shit. You doing good today? You actually got internet today? What is the term? Hey Maria, welcome in. No, this I have many campaigns. I'm very good, thank you. I have many campaigns going at the moment. I am currently recruiting for players if you're interested. This is just preparation and world building. Internet makes my work so much easier. Have internet and a quick, quietish place to work. I know that feeling. I do know the feeling. I need to get that up on my phone actually. Yeah, I have a few going. Golly. Just checking out if you're looking for it. No, thank you, Maria. I have a dedicated artist who I pay a very good rate to for all my artwork. I appreciate the offer, but no thank you. Oh, what's the term? I need to look up words. Noblesse oblige. No, you may not. It is not my place. Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 da. People revere their lord. This time period is ruled by lord. No, he's not a lord, he's a count. Count. Oh, what's his name? Forgetting names now. Pardon me. Where's Trinaria? Figures. Lord, he is a lord. Lord Avon Carter. Recognize this tune from several creators. Not surprised, it's by Kevin MacLeod. Kevin MacLeod does a lot of the fantasy backing tracks and ambience and things. You shouldn't do now. It's because I've got the TikTok one up on... not the TikTok one. I've got the Purple app one up on my phone. Well, keep it muted. Well, maybe I will. I need to make dinner, then get ready for a game. Well, you can stay with me whilst you make dinner, and you can stay with me whilst you're running your game. No, that's fine. There's no trouble at all, darling. Where's Mask got to? Why is Mask not coming? Or is it because she's playing a game? They're playing a game with you. Is that what's happening here? Your Florida friends. Florida friends! Oh, you won't get that reference. You need to go watch The In-Betweeners from the UK. If you haven't already. The UK version, not the US one. No, they're Iowa. Pretty sure they're Iowa. Yeah, look up the In-Betweeners UK and just go and watch it, because it's really stupid, but it's really funny. It's about a bunch of prepubescent teenagers who get themselves into all kinds of trouble. You kind of need funny. Yeah, as I say, it's really stupid. It's really immature. But it's also really very British. British teenagers. I'm meant to be doing something. I can't remember what I was doing. Oh, I think I know. Why TikTok on here still open? That's possibly one of the reasons why it's lacking. Oh. Huh? Okay, I'll say yes to that. Small I want to shout about it, yes. Is this I need him or Right, there we go. I'll probably get booted straight out of this chat, but... I thought it was. Right. Oh, thank you for the help, Des. I've just seen that come through. Oh, the likes too. Right, let's get back to it. Da, 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 da. Sun to go down enough that I can cook out on the grill. Why can't you cook out on the grill in the sun? Alright. Last 400 years has not come into question. Is it the rose thorns? No, that was something else. And you're not cooking out on the grill, you're cooking on the barbecue, Des. It's a barbecue. My brain isn't braining today. I am actually struggling with this today. Oh, finally somebody is in here. Well, you took your time, Mask. You're late. I've been live for the last 40 odd minutes by myself. Actually, I haven't, because Des has been here, but I'm sorry, I had to talk with Mum about a few things. That's alright. Just don't let it happen again. And also, Mask, I asked you to leave a testimonial on my advert on TikTok. All you did was like the fucking video. I'll type something up here. Something. It needs to be on the video, not in here. It needs to be on the video. due to the that's that one done. Done Crescent Keep. I have done Crescent Keep. How many places on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 places left to do in Gallo. Right, where's my D20? Where's my D20s? 2 seconds, I need a D20 for this. Number 9. Can't remember what one that was. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do Colatrus. Duke, Marcus, okay, goes that way. Baron. bum, bum, ba, da. So what are we up to tonight, Mask? Anything exciting going on over there? Nothing exciting on my end besides the bank gossip. What's bank gossip? I must know what bank gossip is. So, small coal mining town Povertus seeking to reclaim its power. Remember, if anyone does have any questions or anything they would like to ask, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll answer to the best of my ability. Uh, Just many clients and who's got the generational wealth. Yep. 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 Um... Dun, 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 dun. Why does this sound like video game music? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, fucking hell. Fat ass crane fly. Ugh. I don't like bugs. Alright, I don't mind bugs. I don't like nighttime bugs. Alright, what number are we doing this time? Number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Also, I commented on your post. June bugs are the worst for me. They come out of nowhere. I have a particular reason I don't like moths, but I can't speak about it on the stream. Let me message you, Mask. I'm intrigued now to see what you put, Mask. Oh, don't be sorry, Mask. Like, now I look back on it, it was funny, but it wasn't funny at the time. But it's given me a perpetual hate of nighttime insects. Let's increase the flow around it. I get way too distracted way too quickly. My flipping executive dysfunction and PD8. Piss me off right now. Oh. I'm struggling to focus. I will get there eventually. I'm kind of having to force myself to do this because it needs to be done. Welcome to the stream, everyone that is watching. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask. Let me be your Dobby Buddle? Yeah, let me be your Dobby Buddle mask. Bum bum ba dum da dum da dum. Let me be your Dobby Buddle. Your body double. I'll be your body double, you be mine. No, because the first time I said Dobby Buddle. How about who? Fuck me, I'm tired. I think part of my issue is I want to be running D&D. Because it's Wednesday night, isn't it? And I am currently looking for players on a Wednesday night. I mean, I'll happily play Baldur's Gate 3. But it depends. I don't think Des is available. Because Des said she's going to be playing D&D herself soon. I think I just need to have like a cold drink or something just to try and give me a boost. Need a boost. Blah, 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 blah. I really need to learn the shortcuts. Bum, bum. I wonder. Control 4 to create a list. Manual. Sorting, set hosting. All sets. Lead sustain, develop guide, forge. something different. I can't find it. I can't find the shortcuts I'm looking for. Do, 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 do. She is. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, getting going now. Laters. See you later, Daz. Have a good evening. I think I'm gonna stop the stream just for a little bit. I think I need to recalibrate my mind somehow. I don't know. Might carry on actually. I'll just carry on. No worries, Mask. I appreciate that. Mask, I wonder, I know... Are you able to do the guest request? Is the multi-guest available to you? Ah, there we go.
Ah!
You're right.
This is new!
This is new. I'm on TikTok live. No, you'll be fine. You haven't got your webcam on, it's fine.
Fair enough. I mean, granted, I might lose this version of TikTok here anyways, so...
I was trying to turn the music down. All I was doing was rewinding it. Not TikTok, the music. Oh my god, I'm tired. Fuck me.
Well, it's late at night over there for you, ain't it?
It's what?
Isn't it late at night over there?
No, it's only 11:30.
Oh, fair enough.
The thing is, I know I've got to get this done, which is why I'm trying to make myself do it.
I don't have any words of advice.
I'm
also bad at that.
I'm not looking for words of advice. I'm just looking for distractions.
Well, I'm here, so I'm a distraction. So there we go.
Yeah, but you're the good kind of distraction. Because I get to sit here and remember in all the ways that I get to torture you on a Saturday night.
I'm glad that brings you pleasure.
Speaking of that, actually. Speaking of that.
Here we go.
No. In all seriousness. I was going to ask. Do you
success still?
Do you think it was well handled?
I do think it was well handled. I honest to God, I was a little nervous hearing the fact that, Rasmus' character got essentially killed off, because Zero does have somewhat of a better connection with them.
Careful of terminologies on TikTok as well.
Right. Not used to that.
But yeah, sorry, carry on.
Because I'll be honest, I side messaged Marasmus saying I'm going to get you out of this because I feel bad. But no, I do think it was handled quite well. It could have been, from my past experiences with other DMs, this was done quite well. My past experiences have been not the greatest when it comes to character deaths. I mean, character unalivings. I love TikTok Shop. It's the greatest shop ever.
Yeah, carry on.
I'm excited for what this Saturday brings. I'm also nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Don't know. I don't know why. I mean, can't possibly be that, the BBEG that I totally did not accidentally release at level 2 is connected with our used to be cleric, well, still is cleric, just under different terminology that exists.
He is now a child of the unalived one.
Yes. So,
Hey, he chose it.
That is true. He was told several times.
No, I mean, I messaged him when his character passed on and said, "Do you want to keep Seraphim?"
Oh no. Okay.
And he was like, "Yes, I love this character." I went, "Okay." I said, "He will be slightly changed." He went, "Okay, I don't mind that."
Well, at least he had permission to do that. There's some DMs that just don't have permission.
That don't have what?
There's other DMs that I don't ask permission. I have a coworker at my job that also plays D&D with a bunch of people. And he had to actually ask permission to reclass his character entirely.
Well, yeah, if you want to reclass, I would say you need to ask permission.
Well, I do also know of other DMs that when someone does ask, they just flat out say no and don't even give a reason. Like, for me personally, I would rather know the reason why I can't do a certain thing, but that's also...
Oh, yeah. Like, if somebody wants to respec their character, and it's like 2 or 3 sessions in, I'm like, yeah, that's fine, go for it. But if you're like 6 months into a campaign and suddenly you go, oh, can I change my entire character? It's a very different set of circumstances because you lose a sense of continuity.
Mm-hmm.
So, say for example, there's lots of things that the character has done in those 6 months, specifically to do with their class, subclass, stats, and all the rest of it, where key decisions and events have been influenced by them, and then suddenly the player goes, actually, I want to respec my whole character.
Fair enough.
At that point, I would say, well, you've got a choice. You can either retire this character and respec and like re-roll a new character, or carry on playing what you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that reason. Because it breaks immersion, it breaks continuity.
I mean, it makes sense when you spell it out like that. This is a mess I don't get into.
Don't get me wrong, I've lost players because of it, but at the same time, those players were crying over the fact their character wasn't doing what they wanted it to do in the first place. And I was like, well, you've had plenty of opportunities to assess what you want your character to do and be able to do. Oh yeah, but I also wanted to be able to do this, this and this. Well, that's not possible. You pick one or the other, you can't do both.
I will have to remember that with another player I'm going to be dealing with.
Oh, why?
So I'm actually officially hosting my session 0 this Friday.
Okay.
No. Not Friday. Sunday.
Okay.
Time zones exist.
Yeah.
And it deals with the same min-maxer character I was complaining about.
Yeah.
They like to... Android phone. Anyway.
Yeah, that's my phone.
They like to be a jack of all trades just because they can do everything for everyone all at once and like to take away the fun of everything. You've dealt with them before.
Oh, AI.
Yes.
Right.
Because I opened my big fat mouth and said I wanted to host a campaign for my own personal campaign. And I don't have the heart to say no.
I mean, I think you missed the conversation I was having with another DM. Because he's having issues with friends at a table. You know, sometimes if it gets too bad, you do have to turn around to them and say, look, in order to preserve our friendship, I don't want to play D&D with you.
Okay.
You sort of say to them, you know, either we play D&D, I get frustrated with you, you get upset with me, and we fall out over a game, or we stay friends. Like, it's one of those situations that even when you're friends with somebody, they're not going to be the player for your table. They're not going to be somebody that you can get along with easily.
Again, I think I'm also just nervous because it's been like 2 years or 3 that I've last actually held a session of my own, so...
Right. I was about to ask, are you new to GMing, or is this like uptaking it again?
Kind of an uptake of it again.
If you don't mind me asking, what sort of made you want to go, actually, yeah, I'm going to do this again?
Actually, it deals with, when I originally first got into D&D, it zeros the character because I just carry that moniker of the name everywhere,
Yeah.
and just the lore and the story I had built for their background.
Right.
It was something completely different and totally did not steal it from the Wars of Eberron book, but that's besides the point. No, I just wanted to do something on my own, and I feel more comfortable as a storyteller than as a player. Some cases. So
That's fair enough.
yeah.
I hope I haven't made you feel like that.
Oh no, God no. I would have left if you did. Given, of course, a reason as well, but
Mm.
But no, I'm way too attached to the characters now, so I don't plan on leaving unless I'm told to.
You won't be told to. You're a fantastic player. I love having you at the table. And I think we've got a really, really nice group on the Sunday. Or Saturday, even.
We do. We do.
Don't get me wrong. Marasmus has his moments that I have to, behave. But for the most part, he's a good kid,
Mm-hmm.
And I say kid because he's 14 years younger than me.
Yeah, he is the youngest out of everyone at the table, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So on top of being a new player and the youngest, I mean, that's understandable.
And Australian.
That too.
It's a massive culture thing over there. They just speak their mind, no matter how politically incorrect it is. Gotta love the Aussies. They make me laugh.
If I want anything close to that, I'll just skip down to New York. New York State, not New York City.
I've been to New York City.
How is it? Is it fun?
It is,
I only
actually.
I went to New York City just because the plane was landing there and I couldn't leave. But I so badly wanted to explore it.
So, we were there for 5 nights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a reasonable amount of time. It was a college trip. I was 16, 17. And obviously I'm ASD, so I get very, very nervous in new places, around new people.
Yeah.
And I remember, it always makes me laugh. So there was a big long queue of us, right? Queuing to go into a theatre. And it was queuing down the street because this was a really small theatre.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a person of colour coming down with a begging cup and going, "Oh, you got any spare change? You got any spare change?" So of course, kids being kids, some of them put a couple of dollars in for him, feeling sorry for him. And then he got to the end of the queue. He turned round to the entire entourage of students and went, "Never trust a black guy in New York City," and ran off.
I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
It was perfect comedy, because especially as I didn't put anything in the pot. And then there was another incident, and this one wasn't quite so funny. I got lost, okay? And in the UK, no matter where you are, if you get lost, you go into a little corner shop and you say, "Hey, do you know where such and such is?" 9 times out of 10, they'll go, "Yeah, you need to go here, 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 and here." You get your directions and you leave. I went into this small corner shop, and black guy behind the counter, big tall black guy behind me, and I said, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Do you know where such and such is?" The guy behind me turned round to me and goes, "You better get your ass out of here before I send you home in a box, white boy."
Oh, you were in a bad neighborhood. Okay.
It wasn't even a bad neighborhood. This was Maine. Like, this was right in the center of New York City.
God, still.
I was like, yep, okay, that's my cue to leave. I was 16 years old.
Yeah, no. There's a reason why the Midwest is so much more different than New York City.
Oh no, like, I know for a fact that they say that, you know, if you visited New York City, you visited New York City, you haven't visited America.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I want to go exploring. I want to see Tornado... So the places in America I want to see, Tornado Alley.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I'm not interested in the Grand Canyon at all. I'd love to go to Florida.
It's Florida.
Hmm?
I said it's Florida. It's... I mean, depending on the places you go in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to... As I say, I'd like to visit Florida. And I'd like to go up to, like, Alaska.
Okay.
I think that's considered part of America. I can't remember, but
Yes,
I'd love to visit Alaska as well.
I have not had a chance to make my way up to Alaska. I heard it's beautiful because my uncle lived there for a while before he decided to join the Navy. Another place, if you want just like natural beauty, is and you just want to see mini canyons, is a place called Ledges here in Iowa.
Welcome in, Steffi. Goodbye, Steffi.
Ew. Goodbye.
Fucking crane flies haunting me. Hey Trixie, how you doing? Goodbye, Trixie.
I like the Field of Dreams house. That was nice. I wonder if they're going to host the MLB game here this year.
What do I need to focus on here? Welcome, Alan. Welcome, Alan Carr. How you doing? We are currently world building, so if you've got any questions about world building, about DMing, about being a player, feel free to shoot them in the chat.
Anyways.
Right. But yeah, I have plans for everyone in this campaign, and you may have seen like snippets of backstory starting to eke through into the main story, which I hope is happening.
I think the only one I don't have a real grasp on backstory-wise is actually Xavier.
Yes, there is a reason for that.
Okay.
He hasn't given me his backstory yet.
Fair enough.
Everyone else I have something for, and Xavier has just given me like some of his. Right. Has 75% hold on land due to the prince's poor decisions.
Oh, couldn't afford that. Hey, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of a derecho?
Of a what?
A derecho?
What's the duratio?
It's a land hurricane.
That's a new term to me. I thought they were just called hurricanes.
Oh no, it's a hurricane that happens on land. I've been in one.
Is it fun?
Well, I mean, the sky went really black all of a sudden. I lost power for like a week, but you know.
That sounds like fun.
It was fun, you know, almost seeing my dad almost fly off our porch because he decided to stand outside like a true Midwestern.
It's the sort of stupid shit I would do. Hey, look, there's a tornado coming down outside our house. Let's watch it from outside.
I'm not kidding, Captain, when I say that's a true thing that happens.
I'm sure you've seen the movie Twister.
Oh yeah, it was filmed here in Iowa.
Yeah. You know the I can't ever remember his name, but he's a big guy with the floppy like sun hat.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me. When it comes to storms. Like, I am the British version of that when it comes to storms. Like, we had a thunderstorm here a couple of days ago. It wasn't like a big one or anything. I mean, our ones never really are. But my partner messaged me. She goes, "I bet you're loving this." I went, "Yep, I'm just disappointed I'm not by the sea."
Jesus.
Because if you stand on the beach during a lightning storm, you can see it coming in over the ocean. And you just see it going bang, 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 bang.
You get that same effect too with Lake Red Rock.
But that's another place I actually want to visit. And it's in Venezuela. There is a small seaside town in Venezuela that gets violent thunderstorms, and when I say violent, I mean to the most extreme level of thunderstorms, 239 days out of the year.
You can just see it now. Captain struck by lightning. No, British man struck by lightning in Venezuela. Somehow survives.
A week later, the same British man who was struck by lightning got thrown 500 feet by a tornado and survived.
Well, I mean, surviving a tornado, depending on like how dangerous it is. You could do that.
I mean, the small ones will still pick you up and throw you a good few miles.
Oh, I know. I hear that constantly from my coworker, who is a storm chaser and does not shut up about it.
Can I come and stay with you for a week? During tornado season?
Look, if a tornado does touch down near my town, you'll be the first to know.
You need to film it for me, I've told you this. Where's the dice gone now? I was rolling to decide what towns I'm doing. Alright, let's go again. Hey! 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what I'm doing for that one yet. Actually, yes I do. Lumber Town. Town of Lumber.
Well, accomplished, microwave is clean. Huzzah.
What's clean?
That inside of my microwave.
Is the term I'm thinking of defense racketeering? That is a thing, isn't it?
Defense racketeering?
Maybe that's not the term I'm thinking of. When people pay for protection.
Security? Bodyguard?
No. When you have criminal overlords come in and say, if you don't pay me now... Is it defense racketeering? There's a term for it. What is the crime called? Gamers demand payment for protection. Protection racket. That's it. I think I need to do something else just for 5 minutes, just to try and reset my mind.
Might help.
Yeah, I'm going to play a quick game of MTGA and hope that this refreshes my brain. Are you washing up?
No. I'm kind of making dinner.
Oh, okay. It was either that or you was in the bath. That were my two guesses. I wanted to go for the safe one.
No, I just finished making dinner, which is just pasta and tomato sauce. Huzzah for living on a budget.
Yep. I think that's 3/4 of the Western world and 3/4 of the rest of the world, to be fair.
Yeah. It just sucks that my paycheck is... That's a different rant for a different conversation for a different group of people.
Absolutely.
Aw. My morning glories are closed.
Did you just say your morning glories are closed?
Yeah, it's a type of flower.
Not in the UK.
Oh! Good to know!
Morning glory means something very different.
I don't want to know anymore, Captain.
You sure you don't want to know?
I'm positive. The holes I dig myself into.
Alright, giggity.
God damn it.
You cannot blame me for that.
No, I walked right into that one.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Doesn't have counters. Why is he trying to... Hmm.
He's not very talkative today.
Who's that?
Oh, my cat. She's usually yelling at me for unknown reasons. So, I take it you're winning with the card game?
It's hard to say until the end of the game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 9, because I'd like to have one more. Oh, I feel so mean. I just full on baited him into blocking then.
Oh no. Just let's just hope it doesn't come back to bite you.
Nah. Is that enchantment? As at the beginning of your upkeep, exile this creature unless you pay 2 life. I'll just flicker him.
I love not being pest control. Why need a fly swatter when you have a cat? Nope.
If you cast it, you gain protection from everything. Looking out for each bird encounter on the ring. Okay. No point in attacking because it's not going to do any damage.
Anyway, what kind of deck is he playing? I'm trying to.
So
Oh,
he's
well,
playing basically a graveyard deck. Green black usually involves like putting stuff in the graveyard, getting stuff out of it.
Oh, okay. Oh, he just conceded.
Yep, they do that a lot because this deck, although it's not a fast deck, it's not even a particularly good deck, which is why I'm surprised it wins so frequently. Because you disrupt my creatures and I'm done. I can't do anything else, really. Right, that's that done. Right. I promised myself 1 game, and then we go back to the DMing stuff. Hello, Pussycat.
Sorry.
What are you sorry for?
Yes, Marie, hello, I get it. I'm sitting in your spot and you don't like it.
Well, do you know what I would do? Wrap the kitty's favourite spot in tinfoil.
No, that's mean.
It's funny. Watch a cat fly when they hit tinfoil is funny.
No, I can't.
All
can't
cucumbers.
Do that to my Marie. I cannot do that to her.
Do you want me to come over and do it for you?
I mean, if you could somehow get the key to my apartment, be my guest.
I'll climb in through the window.
He hasn't fixed the windows yet, so that's yeah.
Don't say that on live stream. Jesus, don't you know people know how to find people? You just told the world that your windows are unlocked.
The town I live in, everybody knows everybody.
That means nothing.
Exactly, which is... Besides, I'm in a very small, forgettable town anyways.
I'm going to redo that another day.
I was in a very forgettable state, so...
Do I go do some map making? Will that make me feel better?
It would be something different. You know what I do find funny?
Hmm.
I was talking to Erasmus after a session, and I mentioned how I watched you build some of the library map,
Hmm.
and how I mentioned it was the graveyard for player characters. No truer word spoken.
Can she hear me?
No, I actually have you on my headset, so...
Oh.
And she really wouldn't care anyway. Before I moved into my own place, she had 6 other cats and 2 dogs.
Can you give her a cucumber,
So,
see what she does?
I don't have any cucumbers.
Why?
I haven't been to the store. That's next week.
Can you rattle some tinfoil then?
Look, I could just turn on the vacuum cleaner and then she'll run away.
No, I want to see her jump.
I can get her to jump. I just have to wave a couple pieces of ribbon around and then she'll just jump. Or she can just catch this fly that keeps flying around here.
No, I want her to do that sudden, like, cat scared jump where they leap 5 feet in the air in terror.
I don't even know if I have any tinfoil anywhere. That's the other issue.
Do you want to send me like £20 so I can play with some new map making software?
I mean...
I am joking.
Yes, I know. Okay, you have food in your bowl. You have water. What else do you desire?
A male.
No, she's fixed. No. Nah.
Right, even fixed females need company.
Well,
Still have desires.
Actually, I'm thinking about getting her a companion from the ARL, so...
What's the ARL?
Animal Rescue League. Honestly, if I knew I wasn't going to be unalived by my own mother, I would bring one of her other cats over, but, yeah, no. I like living. I think Hoagie would be nice. At least he plays fetch. I just need to see what his mouse does.
Do I create a town map? Do I create a wilds map? I still need to finish the bloody mines.
Those are going to be so much fun to go through.
I mean, part of me wants to see what this new map making software that I'm looking at can do, because you can do heights.
Okay.
So you can adjust things so they look like they are further off of the ground than other parts.
Okay.
This area still makes me laugh. There's absolutely nothing here to worry about.
Right, sure. I totally believe you.
To be fair, just looking at the map, you can't really see what it is.
I mean, all I see is just the town making map, the town thing on the not Foundry.
Oh, I need to change the layers. Hold on. Layout. Just turn that one on. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Like, you can't really make out anything, can you?
No.
Even zoomed in.
A bunch of tiny little. Oh, are those? Oh, those are. I thought they were tiny little bugs, but those are something else entirely.
But you can't make out what it is what I'm saying.
No.
La, 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 la.
I'm impressed.
Oh my god, the lagging. Right, let's come out of this.
Ouch.
I know how I can decide what to make. I'm gonna go get a drink first, though, in a second. Pick a wheel.
When in doubt, just spin the wheel.
Right. So we're gonna have forest, because there's plenty of forest maps that I need to make. We're gonna have town / village. Gonna have a lake map. What other areas are there?
Some random village.
I've got that. Oh, that's one I've
Mountain.
not done. Yeah, that's not one. Put that on there. Mountainous. Oh, thank you for liking. It makes me feel wanted. One more. Outer Plains.
Your cat toy.
Spin. Decide for me, spinning wheel. Oh, out of the two more interesting ones.
Oh boy.
Okay, what kind of outer planes? Yes, I know you want me to make an outer planes map. Okay, hold on. I need a new wheel. Right. Right. So, outer plane. Hold on. Outer planes. No, it's not. Okay. We've got the 3 abyssal planes.
Hey, my favorite language.
Demi-planes. We've got celestial planes. Two. Got the Feywilds.
Oh boy, the Feywild. Are we going to run into that archfey thing that was stuck in the orb in there?
At some point. Potentially. You may never come across it.
Those are concerning ones when you say those in that order.
Ooh, celestial planes. I know what I want to make. I know exactly what I'm going to make. I don't know if sci-fi is going to be... Let's try it in fantasy style and then go from there. Right, so paint, background, open catalogue. Just all of Incarnate, I'm going to search. Starlight. No. Space.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, that's not good.
Double audio.
Oh.
And a very heavy delay.
Delay from what?
I think it's on my side. Hold on.
Come on. Save. Close it on that one. I'm going to try and open it in Edge. I think Edge is slightly less intensive. What functions again? Have you just... Oh, you left the multi-guest. That makes me sad. Ah, huzzah. Get yourself back in here then. Nope, it's gonna be really laggy. This means I'm going to stop the Streamlabs stream, I think. Especially as it's quiet over there.